Australian arrested in Japan trying to see children. Let's do it. So I just finished the cafe today and I actually just watched a video that was on the Japan channel and I didn't know this story that happened this week. But anyway, there was an Aussie guy and he got arrested by the police and he's going through a divorce or he's divorced. I'm not quite sure the story. But anyway, I watched the video and it's pretty good. I'll put a link in the description. And the video I want to do is a little bit different and it's going to be very, very helpful. So this situation is super common. I've even had people, subscribers on my channel, that this has happened to. And I'm the type of guy who doesn't like to cry over spilt milk. And if something can be done preventatively, that's always the best scenario. So there was calls on that video that Japan needs to change their system and blah, 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 regarding custody and things. But it's best not to be in that situation, isn't it? So, common problem, guys, is people don't know how to choose a spouse properly, especially a Japanese one. And it's a little bit difficult when you're a foreigner. A little bit harder because there's certain things you might not know intuitively that maybe the local Japanese might regarding women. But anyway, whenever you have a girlfriend or whatever, the most important thing you can do for yourself is spend as much time around your girlfriend and her father as possible. So when you're courting, you might be dating for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Spend as much time around her with her father as you can, because this is the truth of the matter, is the way she treats her father is the way she's going to treat you. So if she's warm and whatever and very interested in what her father does and whatever, that's how you're going to be treated. And if there's any sort of evidence that of being a bit callous or cold-hearted or something like that, you need to dump and run. It's as simple as that. And there's a bit of a myth out there that all Japanese women are they're great and whatever. It's just not true. It's full of monsters here, and if you're going in the dating pool with all the Japanese ladies, you're swimming with the sharks, especially when you're a foreigner. So this sort of stereotype, it's just not true. There's just as many monsters as there are good women as well. So you've got to spend your time and do your research. You need to really spend as much time with your girlfriend around her father. And not only this, the way she treats her father is the way she's going to treat your son as well. So if she's callous and cold, whatever, that's how she's going to be around your son when you have children. So keep that in mind. So you're basically doing an interview is the process before you get married, because some people are very good actors. Some people can put on a face for 3 months and then that's it. They're done. You can see through it. But some people can go years, 3-4 years, and all of a sudden you're divorced and you're going through this situation where you can't see your kids in Japan. So the reason the Aussie guy got arrested wasn't really covered, is that he went to City Hall, which is basically the local government, and he must have been upset, whatever, and they asked him to leave, and he refused to leave, so the police arrested him. So they arrested him not because of the custody dispute, it's because he didn't follow directions. It's a government building, and I'll just pull over here because this video might go a little bit longer. So he was arrested because he didn't follow the rules. You can't just sit in a government building and throw a tantrum and not leave when asked to. So he got arrested. He's in cuffs and in custody at the moment. So not sure how long he'll be in there or if you get deported or whatever. So that's a stupid thing to do. Nobody's bigger than the state. Just remember that. So whatever little problem you have, you're not bigger than the state. But anyway, getting back to the divorce thing and the women thing, this is never really talked about, and it's when you have a foreign wife, you really need to do more due diligence because there's a lot of things that's going to take a lot longer. So, as I said, some women can go 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 10 years before you even know what they're about. But if you were to sit down and spend time with their father, three of you or whatever, um, that's 20 years of experience, 20 years of life experience that she's had with her father, and you know exactly what she's like. So it shouldn't come as a surprise. So if you see positive characteristics, she's been living with her father or whatever for 20 years, then that's a good sign. But you see negative things, you really got to dump it and run because if you overlook these things because she's pretty or she has some other things that you like, that's not going to matter because that's going to rub off with time. And you don't want to find yourself like in this guy's position where he's going through a divorce or he's divorced and his spouse is just not letting him see his kids. So that's the situation. So if you don't spend a bit of investment time now when you're dating these women, it's going to cost you later on, trust me. So this is not an uncommon situation. But anyway, apparently it made the media and whatever. This guy refusing to leave, and he's going through the divorce, and the women get the custody 99% of the time. That's just how it is, guys. So that's even more incentive to do your research properly, isn't it? So sometimes they meet a really nice, attractive lady. Things seem to be going well, and they just don't do what they should do. And a lot of people don't get proper fatherly advice regarding these matters, and they end up in these situations. So just remember, the way she treats her father is the way she's going to treat you, and it's also the way she's going to treat your son as well. So keep that in mind. So with the video, I'll put a link in the description because I watched the one on the Japan channel. But there seems to be this sort of reaction all the time that, Japan really needs to update their custody laws, and Japan needs to do this, and Japan needs to do that. Actually, people just need to be a little bit more educated in life, because if you have a look at the situation, even with Australia, for example, with the family courts, it's an absolute mess. Even with the custody things, it's not like it's a really great solution either. Anyone that knows anything about the family court system, it's just horrible, and it's not going to stop, a bad faith spouse, is it? So even if the court orders joint custody, there's lots of things that people do just to make their spouse's lives miserable. So that doesn't change the original scenario, does it, of people just marrying the wrong person? So this is really the message for this video is you've got to do your risk assessment on these women, guys. Just because they're pretty and whatever, that doesn't mean anything. You really got to see them in different situations, and especially around their own father. It's just so important. I can't stress it enough because that's your future. Just have a look at the way they interact, and you're going to be in that father's shoes. So if you don't like what you see, you've just got to dump and run. And if you like what you see, marry it. You can't do any better than that, can you? So this is the advice I like to give, because it's practical. There's no point crying over spilt milk and trying to compare different legal systems and custody laws and things like that, because it really doesn't help anybody. What's going to help you the most is really doing your research and really being observant of the lady you're going to marry. And it's the same for you ladies. If you've got a potential spouse, it doesn't have to be in Japan, it could be anywhere. Just watch the way that he treats his mother, his sisters, things like this. because that's the way he's going to treat you and the way he's going to treat the daughter. So if he doesn't really care about whatever, it's going to be the same. So another thing too, we're in the age of social media. If you've got a lady that's just totally all over social media, Instagram and just Facebook, and just spend so much time, it's really a big red flag unless they're using it for business or some practical thing. It's really just a waste of time, and it just really for me it's a big red flag that somebody is always on social media all the time. So maybe they're having troubles, finding friends like in real life and stuff. So that's also a red flag that they can't really have a life outside of sort of the internet. So that's another thing I've noticed in the last, say, 15 years is that people just don't have any social skills or even these sort of basic knowledge on how to find a spouse. So they get on Instagram and they see all photos which are 99% fake, and people trying to present a life that's not really them. And people go and date these women or blokes, and they find out the reality 3 or 4 years down the track of really what they're like, and then you've got kids involved, and then you've got a big mess. So it's best just to totally avoid all this stuff, and always avoid the court system if you can. So even it doesn't matter what country you're in, if you can solve your problems without the court system, that's pretty good. But you really need to have a spouse that is on the same page. So these sort of things probably best to talk about before you get married as well. But anyway, this is about the Aussie guy who got arrested. It shows a little bit of poor judgment, that somebody can take a little personal beef, a little personal issue they got, and take it into City Hall. This, to me, looking at the situation, and this is how a government would look at a situation, is if he behaves like that in a government building where he's got no sort of authority or anything, they're going to believe the wife if she's got anything negative to say about him, aren't they? So if doesn't respect the law, it's quite possible he doesn't respect basic things at home as well. So he's really done his situation poorly, and that's my thoughts on it. If you get married and have kids, put in the time now, otherwise it's going to cost you a lot later. So anyway, guys, as always, hope you liked the video.
Let's go, go.